On today's show, we talk to Kim Corben, Executive Director of the Plymouth Center for the Arts. Hear original poetry from Ed Gaudette, Elaine Sorrentino, and Mary McKenna. Pop up at Plymouth Pride and get a short Just the Facts update on Duxbury town government.
And if you're looking to learn or just have some fun, we'll also be talking about classes, programs, and upcoming things to do in Plymouth, Pembroke, Kingston, and Duxbury.
We're glad you're here. Let's get started. Well known in our community in her previous role as Executive Director of the Plymouth Phil, Kim Corben has now brought her formidable skills to the Plymouth Center for the Arts, becoming the center's first ever Executive Director. We sat down with Kim to talk about her exciting new plans for the future.
I feel really honored to be able to do this job and to really bring the arts to the forefront in Plymouth and be able to bring the Arts Center along from where it's been. I've always been in an arts role. The Arts Center just seemed like such a perfect opportunity. It's a beautiful facility. They've come so far in all the years that they've been here, but it's kind of at a next stepping point, and it's a good time to be joining the organization. It's been totally run by volunteers in the past, so getting to know everybody here has been kind of a challenge because every day there's a different group of 50 people that are doing different things, but they're all so wonderful and so passionate about it. We have basically two kinds of shows. We have juried shows, which anybody can enter, but they're judged. And then we have member shows that almost anyone can be a member and show. So there are very different levels of artists as well. The trend that we're seeing is that a lot of people, after their careers are finished, they decide they want to become an artist. And that's really exciting to see. You know, they'll take the classes and they're really into it, and then we give them a place to show it and be a part of an artist community. That's what I see us as more than anything, is an artist community. We very much are in the center of the town, and we want to be in the center of the community. We are part of First Fridays, which is an all-town effort to get people out on the streets, into the shops and the restaurants. Every First Friday we have art demonstrations, we have music, we have refreshments, and it's just like a party on the streets down here. It's really great to see, and we love being a part of it. And that, again, like everything else here, was picked up by two volunteers that just decided they were going to run things, and they do a fantastic job. We'd love to partner more with the schools because it's a great opportunity for young people to see that something can happen with their art, that they can be a part of something bigger, whether it be their career or just because they love doing it. We're not formally open yet, but soon we will be open. In fact, they'll be doing some of the summer camps out in our sculpture garden, which is behind the art center. We have a nurturing garden committee of volunteers that have been doing plantings and setting that space up, and it's going to be available for programs, for receptions and things like that, but also to rent out. If somebody wanted to do a wedding here, they can do a wedding here. Think about that. You don't have to decorate because there's art all around you. But it makes our footprint that much bigger, and there are a lot of things we can do out there. I can see us doing festivals out there. Like I said, the art camp will take place out there when the weather permits. So it's just a whole extra space that we get to use, and we want that to be a community space. Mm-hmm. And when it's open, we even see people from downtown being able to pick up your lunch from the restaurant down the street and come in and have lunch in the garden. We really want it to be an open space in the center of town to be able to be used by the community. The challenge is getting people in here. We are a nonprofit. We survive through contributions and grants, and we have not had a marketing budget. We're talking to our people all the time, but we're not getting outside of our database. So we did get a grant from the Visitor Services Bureau this year, so we do have some money for marketing, and we're going to be able to reach outside of downtown Plymouth and be able to reach a larger audience to get them in here for our events and shows. We're also going to be working on some signage. because one thing that I noticed when you walk by out front, you wouldn't necessarily know you could go in there for free and look at all the artwork. So we need to get a way to make people more aware of that, because where do you get a free museum? My vision is for the center to keep on doing all the great things it's been doing, but to have more people aware of what it is. People keep telling me that it's the best kept secret in town, and I don't think it should be a secret to anybody anymore. It's just such a beautiful place, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface of what I can do here. I would like to make sure that the Art Center is here for many, many, many more years to come. We've come so far, and as long as we keep changing and meeting the needs of the public, we can be here forever, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Did you know that hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards? Or that they don't migrate in flocks like other species, but typically travel alone for up to 500 miles at a time? Every year, the first Saturday of September is a celebration of this exquisite tiny bird. On Tuesday, September 2nd, let your National Hummingbird Day take flight from the comfort of your own nest at a virtual event hosted by the Duxbury Senior Center. Join the joys of nature for the hummingbirds of Costa Rica's cloud forests, an engaging Zoom presentation that will take a look at some of the myriad of hummingbird species that call Costa Rica home, from the rare snowcap to the volcano hummingbird. The event starts online at 10 a.m. and is free. Look no further than Duxbury Senior Center's website to register and receive the Zoom link.
Plymouth Patuxent's Summer of Music series and the return of the best night of the week has 2 more events left in the season for you to enjoy. This revelry of community connectedness and immersion into our region's unique cultural musical heritage features lawn games, food, and local musicians playing live music, all in the beautiful setting of the museum's grounds. On Tuesday, September 9th from 5 to 7 p.m., chill to the jazzy, soulful set list of guitarist Mike McHugh. Closing out the season on September 23rd, don't miss Teacher by Day and Rock Star by Night, Jessie Kenny, who will keep the ambiance vibrant with her acoustic musical charm, also from 5 to 7 p.m. Tickets are available at the door and are only $5, but free for Plymouth Patuxent members and children under 5. Learn more at plymouth.org.
Next up, Tiff and the local scene street team popped up at Plymouth Pride 25 in Nelson Park to talk to the attendees about the importance of having pride.
I'm with Scarlett, who just did Drag Queen Storytime. Can you tell me the importance of Drag Queen Storytime and what it brings to the community and children in general?
Well, reading is so fundamental, and especially reading to the children. Getting them to love books and everything is really important. With the Drag Queen Story Hour, it really brings them into the culture of seeing that the heteronormativity is not all that there is, so it brings them in to experience something new and really get to explore what differences there are in life.
Why is that important, do you think, for kids to know that there are people that are different than them?
It helps them grow up with a better way of being. It helps them with acceptance and really being better for our future and being more accepting in general.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm with Emmy and Lily. I have to ask, what does pride mean to you? How about what are you looking forward to today? What kind of exciting things are you going to get into?
Probably painting and eating a lot of stuff.
Eating a lot of candy?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite color on the rainbow?
Pink.
Pink and purple? Very nice. Can you wave to the camera and say Happy Pride?
Happy Pride.
Very nice. It was so nice meeting you. I'm with Kaylee, Ella, and Cody. Hi. Can you tell me why Pride's important?
Because it's more than just a celebration of who we are. It's saying that it's more, the first Pride was a riot. We all know that. And just telling everyone that we're here and we're not going anywhere and you can't stop it, really.
Right.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to people out there who maybe not in the community but are allies? How do you become a better ally?
Just educate yourself more. Just keep educating yourself. I mean, as an educator myself, like some of these kids have no idea what any of this is. And just teaching, even at a younger age, just general things so that they can understand that these people do exist.
Right. Well, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm with Michael. Hi, Michael. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Tiffany. Nice to meet you too.
I was just wondering, so why is Pride important to you?
Well, Pride's important to me because without Pride, we wouldn't have gotten anything. Like it was a riot. It started as a riot. Yeah, and it's just nice to be in a. It's nice to be in a queer space.
Yeah. And how do we celebrate Pride all year long, not just the month of June?
How well? I mean, being out and proud and doing gay stuff.
Exactly.
Gay stuff.
I love it. It was so nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
I'm with my new friend Tara. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good. So good to see you.
Glad to be here.
Can you tell me why you think events like this are important to the community?
I think it's important to show equality, to let people know that we're not any different from anybody else. We are the same, bleed the same, cry the same, we have the same feelings. We just love differently. We're not any different than we're the same.
Exactly.
You know, don't hate someone just because the fact that, like, as me, I'm gay, I have my partner, I've been with her almost 7 years. Don't hate someone just because they don't love the opposite sex.
And what is a good way that we can show Pride every day rather than just Pride Month?
Just like I said, treating people the same, treating people like they're human.
Exactly. Well, so nice talking to you, Tara. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiff.
Hi, I'm with Sarah and Goyen. How are you?
Doing great.
Good. What brings you to Pride today?
I'm here to support my cousin and my friends who are all in the LGBTQ family.
Oh, what did you say? Can you go again?
Say hi, baby. She doesn't like this.
She doesn't like the microphone. That's okay.
That's okay.
And how do we celebrate Pride every day, you think?
I celebrate just by supporting people I love that are part of the community, and I'm a huge ally. Huge.
Do you have any advice for people who are trying to be better allies?
Just be open. Keep your mind open. Keep your opinions to yourself. If you don't have good opinions, just keep them to yourself. You don't need to say them out loud. If you don't have respect for people, just don't interact with the people. Honestly, because the people that are spouting hate, they're doing it because they believe that their way is the right way and our way is the wrong way. And why can't they all be right? Why can't they all be the right way? Why can't our way be the right way? The religious people's way be the right way? I'm religious and I'm still pro LGBTQIA. So,
well, thank you for being an ally. It was great chatting with you today.
It's nice to meet you. Thanks.
I'm with Cindy. Cindy, hi, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you also. This great place and this beautiful playmating around here. It's going to be a great day today.
I think so too.
And I think it's going to get better and better and better.
You think so? Are you hopeful about the future?
I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard. We're going to have to take care of each other and make sure that everybody can be in a space where they feel secure. And all of us can do that. For you, for me, for anybody.
Are you an ally? Do you consider yourself an ally?
I am a person who I could say that. I haven't been called that, but yes, yeah, I could be an ally. I was in Florida. I was part of the ACLU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I've seen horrible things, and I've also seen wonderful things and how to make it better. And this is still from Florida, and I wanted to bring it today. So I got my brothers together and my girls together, and everybody's out here somewhere.
Do you have advice for other allies who are looking to become better allies?
Yeah, I can tell you the easiest part is, hey, I'm going to go somewhere and it's going to be lots of fun, and I want to hear the music and I want to do this. And slowly you teach them, listen to the music. There's a story in there. You don't have to talk about it today. You can talk about it 12 days away. That's how I learned to be able to move things around. That's how I see it.
I'm with Erin and Bianca. Hi, it's great to see you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Why was it important for you to be here at Pride today?
We come to Pride every year. Our whole family does. And even though I am, a heterosexual woman, I want to come and support my friends and my family and people of my community. Just to be here and let them know that they are valid and their lives are worth living and celebrating.
How can people be better allies?
Come out. Don't just stay in your home and say, I support this, and just make your presence known, make yourself visible to the community, because there is a lot of need out there for activism and for allyship.
I'm with Jack. Hi, Jack. Nice to see you.
Hi, glad to see you.
So, can you tell me the importance of Pride?
It's important to show everybody that we are here, that we're friendly, we're families, we're old people, we're dogs, we're everybody. And the thing is, we've always been here and we will always be here.
And how do we celebrate Pride all year long, not just the month of June?
By showing out and showing up. If there's something they ask to support each other, we're a national community. Get involved, help each other, and show out. Show up and show out.
Exactly. Jack, it was so great to meet you. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, nice to meet you. My pleasure.
Well, you can definitely feel the pride here in Nelson Park. We want to thank Plymouth Pride for having us here today. Make sure to check out our socials for where we're popping up next. From all of us at the local scene, we thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
The monthly Kingston Farmers Market at Grays Beach Park has 2 more markets this season, happening on September 7th and October 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now in their 4th year, they've got it down with a plethora of locally farmed goods, delicious baked treats, and all kinds of tantalizing tastes from food-centered businesses based right here in our neighborhood. In addition to the vendors, there'll be music, food trucks, and fun activities for the kids. Bring the whole family. These markets are free and open to the public.
Here's poet Ed Gaudette at a recent America's Hometown Laureates open mic event at Breathing Lotus Living Arts, reading his original work.
And next up is Ed Gaudette.
All right. This place has an unbelievable, the space has a aura, just a beautiful sense of peace and what you created here. It's wonderful. I read a lot of haikus, which you probably don't know because I never read them, but I'm going to read one today because I found it and I thought it was funny. Not funny in a strange way, but it's called Camp Haiku. Never knowing death, we assemble fervently, swim past loon for food. Just remember when you were in camp as a kid and you had your swimming lessons and you had to swim in order to eat lunch? Those damn Nazis at camp. All right. This one was appeared in Burning Word in April of this year. It's called A Romance Tonight. In the crisp death of summer, a cat falls from a broken branch. The moon sings, amused by paw, half crushed under the stars of a passing car. Vacant children drive purposely through the blaze maze of gilded cul-de-sacs, scattered with condoms and crushed fireball nips, numb to clouds adulting overhead. Outside the bar, a couple try to kiss for the first time. On the fire escape, some woman hums anxiously, sweeping. Waiting, I stare into my scotch as the glow from an RCA television and smells of ammonia suffocate the pub. Above the bar, the moon reflects a rooftop coop. The pigeon sits upright in its wired grave, cooing as the priest doubles over. Okay. Probably like you, I have a lot of projects going at once, right? I'll have a little ADHD to us. This one I started at the onset of the pandemic, which was a small project to write a poem for every year of my life. And I'm 60 this year, and I've got to 10. So I'll read two. One was picked up in will be soon to be published in a recent journal, and one has not. And so there's a name of the poem, and then there's a year. And so this is called Kindergarten, 1970. Thank you for coming in today. I felt this had to be, I'm just not sure how to tell you, but this may be from trauma of loss. He can be disruptive, which is usually a cry, certainly under the circumstance, how could you blame him? Anyone who lost a mother so young, to have been there witnessing the horror, violent death as she parachuted into a congregation, which I had to actually look up. I think it's amazing as the step you read to him so much, his vocabulary. Last time it was a shiver, unkindness, and a wake before that. Look them up. I'm his real mother. Boy's imagination is interminable. Okay, this one is 5 years later. I'm 10, 1975. Mr. Smedley would play Dream On during 5th grade recess. He caught me once trying to rub my belly while patting my head during math. As Hooper discovers Ben Gardner's head, root beer barrels spit into beehive hair. My father runs me around the neighborhood in toughskins so he can coach midget football. It escalates to blocking and tackling an 85-pound bag on the front lawn while violent sun sets. Work provides escape. Maslow was a caddy. $6 pull carts, $8 carry plus tip, buys a shitload of stuff. Double kangaroos for 36, self-actualize at the turn. The world reveals itself to a paperboy. Collecting puts you on the inside. Atheist, adulteress, alcoholic. We could cure cancer or murder squirrels for a Briggs & Stratton 7-horsepower go-kart. Body temp red splayed over glare white snow. Hit it again. Coat's too thick. How wondrously supercilious and fractious. I deliver papers and I shoot squirrels. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. That was great. I got to hear you 2 weeks in a row. I feel very fortunate. Life is good.
Dave Antoine's up next with a Just the Facts update on Duxbury government on the local scene.
On July 28th, the Duxbury Select Board got right to business at 878 Tremont with an extensive agenda. Starting off on a ceremonial note as Police Chief Michael Carbone swore in new officers Connor Doyle and Michael Rodkoff. Open forum had touched upon the new hours put forth by the town, the Powder Point Bridge, a letter that is being submitted to the town manager's office with plans to publicize the matter in the Duxbury Clipper and on Facebook. And lastly, comments by longtime volunteer Fred Weiler. The board had committee appointments and resignations, a discussion on a declaration of surplus with town vehicles, licenses, permits, and minutes. The board also looked into requests for conduit installation, noted by town manager Rainey Reed, with an NSTAR request through Eversource to replace a faulty conduit, a process that would require over 1,300 feet to be placed underneath with 5 pull boxes. Concerns arose if it meant digging up pavement, which was put to bed by an official. However, the agreement would later be revisited that night. The 2 agenda items that took up considerable discussion was the town manager's annual evaluation and the FY27 budget planning. The former started off with town manager Rainey Reed explaining the review process for the evaluation not being governed by the state law, but by contract. Rady chimed in that he believed the format should remain as it was last year. He provided a memo to the Select Board, providing feedback on the board's individual comments and review, with the system led both by rating and general feedback. Chair Brian Glennon spoke to the public on this topic in a general sense, with categories such as leadership and vision, execution of policy, financial management, relations with the Select Board and staff, community relations, and engagement. Member Michael McGee had inquired about what resources the town manager's office may need for the staff, while Selectwoman Amy McNabb indicated that there were areas for improvement with respect to town staff morale. Fernando Guitart read off the completed goals that the town manager was tasked with, including the hiring of the department directors and work at the beach. The latter topic was the FY27 budget planning, continued from May and June Select Board meetings with Finance Director Mayor McKinnon taking the lead along with input from Rady, who had started off the topic by mentioning that he and Mary had met with various department heads as they planned ahead for FY27, ensuring that public safety, DPW, and the schools were cared for in the budget. Mary began the presentation by wanting to confirm that the Select Board understood the process, indicating that they were working to close the 2025 books, which is expected to finish by end of August with the budget draft prepared for the Select Board by the end of September. FY27 would be informed by the work that the town is doing for FY25, highlighting some of the impact happening within Duxbury, such as 6 collective bargaining agreements that expired this June, including departments such as public safety and the library, among others. With FY27, there are priorities to fund the fixed and mandatory costs, broken down by debt service, sheet assessments, payroll taxes, and other mandatory costs. This would also look at the existing staff levels for public safety, school funding for up to a 3% increase, collective bargaining, other budget lines, and the Select Board budget to support possible reductions in workforce. And that's your Duxbury government on the local scene.
Are you in the market for unique handcrafted gifts, decor, and accessories and love the chance to shop local? Look no further than the end of summer artisan market at the Cozy Cottages Nook. On Saturday and Sunday, September 6th and 7th, come soak up the end of summer vibes and DIY charm from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Discover an array of goods crafted by local artisans who come from varied paths and passions, while enjoying the eclectic indoor and outdoor shopping extravaganza. The Cozy Cottage is at 610 Washington Street in Pembroke.
Registration is now open for the Aging Redefined Senior Conference on September 15th at Hotel 1620 in Plymouth. Presented by the Plymouth Center for Active Living, this conference will bring together seniors, caregivers, and professionals, and promises to be an inspiring day of learning, connection, and community building. Listen to keynote speaker Steve Gross from Life is Good Foundation as you enjoy a delicious plated lunch. The conference will include educational panels on living and aging in Plymouth, resources and information, and much more to support you as you redefine aging and flourish in your golden years. To register, scan the QR code or click the live link in the current PCAL newsletter.
Next up is poet Elaine Sorrentino in a reading of her original work.
Our next reader is Elaine Sorrentino.
Hi. I thought I knew what I was going to be reading tonight, and then I got an acceptance today, so I decided that the universe was telling me to read this poem, and it's called Body Surfing at Nantasket. And it's also appropriate because it's about my dad, and this is the month of Father's Day. Body surfing at Nantasket. We didn't mind that our bologna and cheese sandwiches possessed unusual grittiness, and the iced fruit punch in Tupperware tasted and smelled more plastic than ambrosia, or that the woman in the tank top and cutoffs fed a flock of pooping seagulls nearby. We overlooked frisbees, landing on blankets, sprinting puppies, destroying sandcastles. In fact, we didn't even care if the sun failed to shine as long as we were ready when the surf was high to find our position, jockey for a wave, free-form ride, an invisible surfboard guiding our tanned bodies. Dad was able to ride the furthest, stopping only when his belly scraped the soft sand, jumping up to adjust his trunks before heading back out into the ocean to choose another rolling wave, returning to the blanket only when he was sufficiently waterlogged, wrinkled, and satiated. I've decided to do an ekphrastic poem tonight. I don't know if you can see this. It was a piece that was posted on Ekphrastic Review, and I wasn't interested in it until I found out it was painted by a chimpanzee. And then I was very interested. So this piece that I wrote is called The Envy of Picasso. And it's in memory of Congo, an artistic primate. You were the spaghetti they threw, a shocking, fruitful 3-year experiment, your pleasing pandemonium of tempura choices, a spray of slate and bone and carbon radiating from a beige landscape, kissed with delicate strokes of burnt sienna, harmony and disharmony, with a signature symmetrical consistency. Even Pablo could not resist. 40 years gone, your style still yields a high price at auction, outselling non-chimpanzee artists Renoir and Warhol. And my last piece is called Forever Unfinished. And I'm a huge puzzler. Excuse me. There's a pen up here. This is about a puzzle that I started and was unable to finish. Forever unfinished. I'm out of pieces to place in this medley of multicolored ropes, yet the patch where yellow bleeds into orange reveals the grain of the table, a giggling, gaping hole mocking me. This colorful, woefully deficient puzzle, as incomplete as Benumbum without the ching, as disappointing as Knock Knock without Who's There, as unsatisfying as Shave and a Haircut without 2 bits. But boxing it up without completion is like being defeated by 999 little cardboard cutouts, like conceding that the 1,000th piece has permanently taken up residence on some factory floor. Thank you.
Sunday Serenades at the Spire Center will feature the fantastic Greg Abate Quartet on September 7th at 3 p.m. Not your average saxman, Greg Abate is a New England legend with a career that's included playing lead alto with Ray Charles in the 70s to swinging with the Artie Shaw Orchestra in the 80s. Greg has shared the stage with jazz giants Phil Woods, Kenny Barron, and Rufus Reid, and many more. When he's not touring the globe, Greg educates and inspires as a jazz professor at Rhode Island College. Head to the Spire in beautiful downtown Plymouth and let the music of this celebrated composer, flutist, and jazz saxophonist send you. Visit the Spire Center website to get your tickets.
Here's poet Mary McKenna reading her original work at an America's Hometown Laureates tiny poetry event at the Mayflower Society House.
So we have Mary McKenna. Would she please come up?
So I'm I'm delighted to be here, and I just wanted to say, you know, I recognize so many people, and I was talking to a friend who doesn't do this kind of thing, and I said, I have a tribe, and I think we are kind of like that. You know, we don't know a lot about each other, but we share this one thing, and we share it in such a beautiful way often. So, you know, we have a tribe. And so I thank you for allowing us to be here. I want to explain that. First of all, I had so much fun today. And do you know what Google is? Yes, you do. So basically, I didn't have too much familiarity with these short poems because I like words so much. Mine are usually long. But what I did was I actually became a student today, and I Googled everything. And as I'm a retired teacher, I didn't just Google, I took notes. And, you know, I said, I've got this. And so basically what happened was I had so much joy just all by myself in front of my computer writing things down about, you know, what's a haiku, and I kind of knew that, but I wanted to get it right. And then what's a tanka and sijo, and then I found Cinquan, and I went on and on. I mean, I went on and on to the point where I found out, you know, so many different forms that require a skill which I didn't have. So basically I said, well, I want to become good at this, so I better practice. What I did do, and I want to tell you the process that I had chapters and chapters of poetry that are yet to be published, but they were all different kinds of poetry. Poems on nature, poems on existential being, which many people don't even care about. But, you know, I had poems on things, each poem, poems of love. And so I went back to those poems. And what I did was, my process was to take the poem itself and make it into this form. And that whole concept of less is more, you know, so you take out words, which is very hard for a poet to do, to say, I don't need this word, I don't want this word, I need to get a form here. So I chose haiku, and then I chose tanka because tanka is identified as the big brother of haiku. That's basically what it's called. It's an AKA big brother of haiku. So haiku is 575 in terms of syllables, but tanka is 57577. See? So I said to myself, I'm going to do one of each, just to prove that I could be a good student. And I know, because when you're a teacher, you tend to think, you know, I know all I need to know, but now it was me being a student. Are you a good student? Okay. I can see it in your eyes. Okay. It's all there in the eyes. All right. So my haiku is as follows. Many people who come to visit me call my home, which is a beautiful concept, they call my home the house of grace. Now, I did not create that. It's what people tell me when they come to my home. And I can't think of anything nicer than having someone say, I love your house. It's a house of grace. So, and it's not an extraordinary home in terms of size, but it's a home in terms of where everything is, in terms of its ability to create magic, which is what I'm all about, magic. Okay, you got it? Okay. All right, so here's the first poem, House of Grace. Place of no limits, my home, my sanctuary, sacred space of love. And that is my haiku. Tanka, the big brother of haiku. You see what I mean by that? Okay, all right. In branches above, two mourning doves proclaim love, not hidden by leaves, basking in the sun as one, the first miracle of spring. Okay, thank you.
Consumers often face a range of issues: deceptive advertising, defective products, a lack of customer service, and unfair business practices can make buying the items you need feel like an ordeal. While the state of Massachusetts has strong consumer protection laws, it's not easy to know what they are and how they can protect you. The Duxbury Senior Center invites you to coffee and discussion on Tuesday, September 16th at 9:30 a.m. with attorney Steve Woodworth to learn more about consumers' rights in Massachusetts. Steve will share valuable information and strategies and explain how you can resolve common issues on your own without the hassle or expense of hiring a lawyer. Reserve your seat by calling 781-934-5774, extension 5703, or through the Senior Center's website.
Come for the birds, stay for the laughs. World Shorebirds Day is taking flight on Saturday, September 6th in the Phalo Meeting Room at the Plymouth Public Library with Avian Amusements and Antics, a humorous author talk with Rosemary Moscow. This is a morning that will be all about beaks, belly laughs, and the brilliant birders who love them. Hosted by Manomet Conservation Sciences, this celebration is soaring to new heights with special guest Rosemary Moscow, the award-winning cartoonist, author, and nature nerd extraordinaire. Known for mixing science with sharp wit, Rosemary will be showing us the funnier side of bird watching. From quirky bird facts to laugh-out-loud cartoons, she'll remind us that conservation doesn't always have to be so serious. There's no winging it for this event. Registration is required. Get your fingers flying to the Manomet Conservation Sciences website and peck on that link to sign up. You won't regret it. There's a meet and greet after the talk where you can purchase and get your book signed by Rosemary.
The Indian Head River Loop is 3.5 miles of scenic natural beauty that winds its way through Pembroke, Hanson, and Hanover as it follows the river's course. Tucker's Preserve in Pembroke is a great place to begin your hike, offering manifold views of the Indian Head River, from meandering flows to exciting rapids. Get your heart pumping and your spirits rising as you hike past glacial boulders, wild violets, forest life and scenery, and the ruins of former industry that dotted the area, including Anchor Works, a grist mill, a carding mill, and the E.H. Clapp Rubber Works. The terrain along the trail is varied, with some roots, boulders, and slippery mud to make it more challenging. The Tucker Blue Loop Trail is kid-friendly, offers a well-defined path with beautiful forest and river views, and is perfect for hikers and runners. The Indian Head River Trail is open and beautiful to visit all year round.
Beginning in September, the Duxbury Senior Center will offer free one-on-one counseling services for seniors available wherever it's most convenient, at home, at a local coffee shop, or at the Senior Center itself. These no-cost sessions will be provided by master's level social work student interns. To schedule an appointment, please contact Community Services Manager Alex Newcomb at 781-934-5774 or via email at anewcomb@duxbury-ma.gov.
And that, my friends, wraps this episode of The Local Scene this week. Thank you for watching.
If you live or work in Plymouth, Pembroke, Kingston, or Duxbury and would like to have your own show or podcast, you should. Email community@thelocalscene.media to find out about our free production services and training for community members.
And if you have a story or event you'd like people to know about, email us at story@thelocalscene.media.
We thank our patrons Tiny & Sons, Quintal Brothers, and Squinny's Pizza for supporting our mission of community in action through media.
The Local Scene this week will be back next week with more of what's good and good to know in our area. Until then, we'll see you on The Local Scene. Hello, friend. If you enjoyed this video, please think about scanning the QR code and making a contribution to the local scene. Every dollar is appreciated, and your support helps keep community media alive and our resources free to the community. We'll see you on the local scene.